That's not something you see every day in the Netherlands. Cool, huh? So I went to the store just now in the vain hope that there were chocolate croissants. There were not. My voice might sound very muffled because I'm wearing a mask. Not because we have to wear them outside here, I have to wear them in the store, but because two things. Number one, it's windy and the snow is blowing in my face and the mask is protecting my face. Yay, masks. And number two, I didn't want to stop outside the store and expose my ears to the cold to hook the mask on them. So this is as much a walk as I'm getting today. Woof woof. People are out. They're digging with their spades because they don't have snow shovels. Most people aren't even bothering to dig out their sidewalks. It's not a thing here. We do have snow plows apparently. I just saw one go by. I had no idea we even had any. Why would we have any? We never have snow like this. And it's still snowing. I was just up in town, as I said, and my fingers are freezing. More when I get inside. Hello, friends. Thanks for joining me today. Oh, I still blow my face. I've got cream on my face. You see white spots on my face. It's just face cream. I'm not whiting up or anything. I am writing to you today from a very snowy Netherlands, which is kind of a shock. You'll have seen the video in the beginning of this, or maybe I'll put it at the end. I don't know. Yes, it's snowing in the Netherlands, and I think we've got about 3 inches, which is an extraordinary amount for us. Everything's shut down. We have snowplows. I thought we didn't own snowplows, but apparently we have snowplows. I saw one going down the street. They don't do a great job because we have cobbled streets, so they can't put the blade all the way down, on the street surface, because then they would kick up the cobbles. So they're not scraping down all the way to the bottom, but they are taking some of the snow away. And people don't know what to do with themselves. Everyone's out there with like a spade from their garden trying to clear their sidewalks. But, no one's really. I was up in town, and I don't know if you'll see it on the video that I post, but there's one shop. I mean, town, the Dorpje, the little village, is just shops along the pedestrian street. And there's only one that has the front of the shop shoveled because they're closed. So you can't go there anyway. But the Chinese restaurant, which is probably doing all of its business as takeout right now, because you have to. The man came out and shoveled the walk, and I'm like, I don't know why you're bothering. It's still snowing. But we got really thick, wet snow last night that kind of hit the sidewalk and melted immediately, but it's below freezing. So now there's like this layer of ice under everything. And this wind was blowing. So if the wind had blown the snow away at all, you had to be very careful. And I was walking in muck boots, which are famously good for wet, but not famously good for grip. And the snow had blown away in some spaces, and there was just nothing but ice underneath. So, I walked to the store hoping to get some chocolate croissants, which did not happen. They didn't have chocolate croissants. And, wow, cold. And wet cold. Like, it's just, the air is completely saturated with moisture, even though now I think it's stopped. No, it's snowing again. It had stopped for a little bit, but it's snowing again. But now it's snowing this really fine snow, but it's just, it's bad. But I think the wind has calmed down, so that's nice because it was blowing to beat hell. It didn't sound like it. It's really quiet. It's very strangely quiet. And yeah, so I know I'm from a place where it snows all the time, and we come here and it's like they have, the grass gets covered and everybody gets excited and goes outside and takes pictures, and now it's actual, like, real snow and things shutting because of snow and home delivery of things that won't happen because of snow. But, you know, it's a Sunday, so nothing was open anyway, so who cares? I am making this video today because I make videos on Sunday. And I am here to tell you, I didn't do elements last week. Boo, boo, boo. I'm a very bad person. I'm a terrible person. It's horrible. No, a lot of shit. I had a bit of a flare, and there was just a lot of stuff going on, and I was either too busy or exhausted, or it was, I don't know, a lot of stuff happens. I think I've only been out for a long walk once this week because the weather has been really weird. The weather has been either pouring down rain. We had one sunny day I went out for a walk, but it's been like 10 or 11 degrees, which is the low 50s Fahrenheit. And then this storm blew in, and it is -4 degrees here today, which is below freezing. -4 Celsius, so that's below freezing. So it's like, I don't know, 28 in, that's not right. Something. It's cold. It's cold. It's colder than it normally gets here. It normally doesn't get below freezing during the day. And we're supposed to have lows of like 11 tonight. So doggy's going to get pushed out in the yard early tonight, and then I don't care if he goes on the floor. He won't go on the floor. But yeah. But anyway, today is also 90 days since my last back photograph. So I'm going to put my back photograph here, there, for you to see. And I'm going to put the back photograph from November here, or in front of me probably. And you can see the difference. Let me see if I can, between them, you see the difference. Now, they were shot in a different location because I live in a different house now, so the lighting is different. And that can explain some of the differences. But I think even if you take into account that one of the lights was above me, and the new photograph has a light that was shooting, it's a light ring, so it was coming right at me, so you don't have shadows from here. I think you can definitely see that there are places where my bumps don't go as deep. The divots in my back don't go as deep anymore, and some places that aren't as lumpy as they were in November, which is terrific. I have, the scale says I've lost weight since November, but I haven't been doing Pilates or yoga or really anything but walking and doing my shoulder physiotherapy. So it's interesting to see my back be different, and I think you'll agree that there's definitely a difference that can't just be attributed to the light. But wow, am I pale. In November, early November, I was still swimming every day in October. So early November, I still have a bit of life in my skin. And right now I am just whitey McWhite. And I mean, I didn't even know I was this white. I thought my skin was darker than this to start with. I go, when I make myself up for my YouTube videos, because you see my skin on my hands is darker. It's more yellow, but my face is really pale and pink. It's weird. I'm putting on foundation to do my YouTube videos that I've been doing. I mean, this is on YouTube, but reconstructing history YouTube videos. So I do my makeup, and the foundation I put on, I'm like, this is not the right color because I am not this color. But I'm, vitamin D deprived. No, I take vitamin D, but my skin is, wow, look how pink I am. And I have stuff on my face. It's really annoying. It won't come off. It's just moisturizer. I put lots of moisturizer on, so before I went outside, it's an old Polish lady trick. When it's really cold outside, they put goose fat, grease, on your face to keep you from freezing in the cold. And Polish people know about freezing cold, but I just put some moisturizer on to make sure that my skin stayed. I don't know. It's freezing cold outside. I should put something on my skin, so I did. And now it's made white spots all over me because I didn't rub it in well enough. I had a mask on, so, who cared? Good thing about masks, they keep your face warm. Anyway, so I didn't start elements last week. I'm going to start elements this week. I am not going to start tomorrow or today. I'm going to start Tuesday. Tomorrow is a really big day. I have a lot of orders to get out tomorrow, and by the end of that, I know I'm going to be exhausted, so let's not pretend. Plus, it's still going to be snowing, so, but I have orders to do, and I can get to the business space through the snow. It's only about 50 yards that way. And DHL will come pick up, so that's fine. Tuesday, I do have a couple of online conference calls, but they're in the morning, so I'll be able to do elements, and then I'll do 6 days starting on Tuesday for 8 weeks, and that'll be good. And then we'll see what my back looks like after that. So I'm pretty pleased for someone who hasn't been doing anything specific physically in the last 90 days, or I did some Pilates. Did I do Pilates in December? I don't know. No, the lockdown went into effect December 5th, so I really, this picture is me 90 days not doing Pilates. Yeah, so it's just, the possible once or twice a week walking, and of course I walk to the store, but it's a kilometer round trip, and that's not much. The other thing I want to do is I think I need to give up sugar, because I have been leaning rather heavily on chocolate croissants, and that's not good. And they're lovely, and they have them at the store. And they didn't have them at the store today, and I got all wrapped up in scarves and hats and things to go to the store today, and they didn't have chocolate croissants, so I was disappointed. But I shouldn't want chocolate croissants so much. And bread is very bad for my system. It throws my digestion off. I get UC problems from eating too much bread. So yeah, so I've been eating chocolate croissants and chocolate eclairs, and it involves bread, and it involves too much sugar, and I don't do enough to burn that much sugar, so I need to walk back from that. So I've promised myself that I'm going to have no sugar for the next 7 days. Today is the last day of sugar because I have some sugar in the house. I'm going to eat today, but then for the next 7 days, starting Monday through next Sunday, I will not have any sugar, and I want to extend that to 30 days of no sugar, but I'm being kind to myself and not pushing it too hard, but saying, let's definitely do the next 7 days without sugar. So the next time I talk to you, I will have been 7 days off the sugar, and that'll be good. And I will also be 7 days into my elements practice. Speaking of bodily autonomy, which is tied up with elements, I noticed something this week that was really kind of delightful. I noticed that I was holding myself better, and I was moving better. Since I gained all this extra weight, I feel like it's hard to describe, so I'm just going to say the words that come to my mind. I feel like I'm walking down. And when I was out for a walk this week, I felt like I was walking up. And so I'm not heavy into the ground, I'm more up, which means I'm holding my muscles better. I'm not sinking into my hips. I don't know what I'm doing, but it feels more up, and I'm not necessarily doing it consciously. When I get tired, I go down again, but most of the time I'm spending all day, walking around the house, walking around the office, walking to the store, doing the things that I need to do, and I feel up. I also noticed that I have a great tendency to walk into things, and I think that's just a legacy of having been narrower, and I expect things to be narrower. I expect to be narrower, so I bump into things because I'm wider than I think I am, and I'm not doing that anymore. I'm finding that I'm navigating the world better, which is strange because I've been overweight for 15 years. So that's been happening. So I'm feeling, I don't think I look any different. And I don't really trust the numbers on the scale, but I am starting to feel lighter on my feet. I'm starting to feel more up. I'm starting to feel more agile. I'm starting to feel like there are things I could do with my body that would not be as difficult as they were recently. I haven't actually tried anything. I haven't tried to do a handstand or even downward facing dog or anything like that. And I'm still restricted in this arm. But I'm doing some new circumlocution exercises that my physio gave me for this arm and my frozen shoulder, and I'm finding that those are going very well. So there's definitely a change going on here, and I fully expect by the time spring comes around, which is not that far away, that I will be moving through the world more easily. I'm definitely starting to feel for the first time that I am reclaiming my physicality, and it's very exciting. And it just happens in these little spurts when you're out walking or doing something that I feel like that I don't feel laden down, which is what I've been feeling. I feel taller as well. That's part of being up, I suppose. I feel taller. And it's strange that doing all the Pilates, because the first time I did Pilates, I actually grew an inch. I went to the doctor, and they measure you at the doctor, and I was actually taller than I had been in high school and college. But I didn't feel that with Pilates. I felt I was holding myself better, but I didn't feel taller. But now I feel taller, which is awesome. But now my tall dog is making his way to the door because he wants to go out and play in the snow. So I gotta go let him out, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.